Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're taking a look at the King of the Kill combat update notes for July the 6th. The shotgun improvements are continuing to ensure consistency. The team stated that their goal is to ensure that the shotgun is a threat up close, and in this update the cone of fire has been tightened to reduce spread and make the pellets more lethal. Cone of fire has been another point of adjustment based on your character's movement. The team suggested the change was made because the weapons were too accurate when players were running or jumping. The team's philosophy is that aiming down sight should be the most accurate method of aiming. This change should address that. However, the team continued to outline it was possible to aim down sights while jumping, which also allowed for better accuracy, which didn't make sense. So in this update, aiming down sights while jumping or falling will have an accuracy adjustment. We're also seeing a cross-section of various types of damage changes. Fist, combat knife, machete, and wood axe have had their output increased, if not fairly significantly. We'll probably see these particular changes having more of an effect in just survive. The community has been very vocal in regards to the AK-47 not having nearly the stopping power as the AR-15. The team has been testing a faster fire rate, which has been included in this update. The AK-47 should be faster than the AR-15 in full auto fire, but more difficult to control. It should be closer in speed to the AR in semi-automatic fire rate, and the delay between shots has been reduced from 160 milliseconds to 145 milliseconds. The R380's damage has moved from 15 to 17, which reduces the number of shots required to take down a target. The M9 has seen its damage reduced from 19 to 18. The team suggested this was to allow time to apply healing after taking 5 shots, as the person on the receiving end would simply bleed to death while under fire. Some adjustments have been made to the M47 gas grenade, making it a little more viable. The damage moves from 1 tick to 3 ticks, while also having the duration reduced from 60 seconds to 30 seconds. Weapon switching is even getting some attention. The change should be fairly noticeable as it moves from 0.5 or 1 second to change to a swift swap of 0.15. Also, weapon slots will always be assigned the same number regardless of whether or not there are weapons in other slots. The team is creating a damage log. They believe that when a player dies, it should be very clear to them what killed them. We will see a damage log on the death screen that will display how much damage the attack that killed you did and whether or not it was a headshot. The plan is to rework the death screen so players will have more information about cause of death. Body armor receives some changes to the way it works. The upper body, including arms, is protected by the body armor. Legs take reduced damage but are not protected by the body armor. Helmets still protect your head. Hit reaction animation will prevent a quick follow-up shot from registering as a headshot when it shouldn't have. Characters will no longer flinch out of the way when shot. Camera and reticle improvements are being hotly discussed after this update. The new element to the reticle increases in size to display cone of fire information based on player movement. We're seeing improved color saturation to make the outline clearer, especially for smaller reticles. Projectiles now originate from the camera rather than the weapon model. This change significantly reduces projectile collision with medium height cover like fences, rocks, along with similar objects, while improving projectile performance when fighting uphill or against players who are on top of a building. This should improve line of sight camera behavior so as to make it fair for players whose cameras may be offset above their head while actually being obscured from the player's view. The team felt it was a bit unfair, and in these cases, generally when your character is in very close to medium-high cover, projectiles will still originate from the weapon model. We should see feedback on the reticle to make it clear when this is happening. King of the Kill now has the new recipes implemented. By breaking down tactical or motorcycle helmets, you can create armor scraps, which are used to create makeshift armor. You'll also need duct tape, and to get the composite fabric, you'll need to break down a military backpack. With 10 bandages combined with the tactical first aid kit, you can create the new Pro Coagulant, which immediately ends bleeding. I looked around for a military backpack to get the fabric, but couldn't find one, so I ended up settling for the standard laminate tactical armor. We also have the new 5x explosive tip arrows. Needless to say, it's very powerful. The devs mentioned they'll be keeping an eye on its effectiveness to see if it affects game balance. The standard explosive tipped and flaming arrows no longer spawn on the map. Interaction responses in picking up items has been addressed. I'm happy to see that this has gotten some attention. The time it takes to pick up items, open doors, and perform other interactions has been greatly improved and is nearly instantaneous. That is awesome. Shoes, stealthy, heavy, speedy, or otherwise, have had adjustments made to them. I'm hoping more accessibility to conveys is also part of that change. You can find all the particular stats to the shoes along with all the assets mentioned here in the published section below. And if you click on this annotation, you can catch up on all the previous updates and Daybreak news since launch. And that's been your snapshot look at this rather extensive update. It's been a while since we've seen this much tweaked in one release, so I'm sure we're all welcoming the new changes. I'll include a link so you guys can provide feedback on the new camera changes down in the published section below. Thank you to all my subscribers. I appreciate and value what you guys do to help my channel. If this is your first time visiting the channel or you're a frequent visitor, consider clicking on this watermark to subscribe so you'll have all the latest news from Daybreak and H1Z1.